From Shame Pinata, I'm Colleen Thomas. This is Everyday Magic for Ukraine. Today we create room for all of it. Welcome to the circle. Welcome to Everyday Magic for Ukraine, where we honor Ukraine and also practice self-care to stay strong as allies. If you're new here, welcome. I'm really glad you decided to join us today. So today we'll be creating room for all of it. And so perhaps to begin that process, we can let go of anything that we might be carrying right now that we don't need. And to do that, let's do some grounding. So I invite you to notice what you are sitting, standing, or lying on right now. Feel down into this object that is supporting your weight. And then allow your awareness to drop further and further down through that thing and through the thing below it and the thing below it and down and down and down into the earth, past the water table, past the bedrock, effortlessly down into the center of the earth. If it feels right to you, you might offer your gratitude to the spirit of the land where you are. You might offer your gratitude to any indigenous peoples who were there before you came. Do whatever feels right to make that connection with the earth beneath you. So let's just stay here for a moment, really feeling that connection. Maybe take a couple of breaths here. You can begin now to let go of anything you might not need from your heart or your body. Just imagining any stress or strain or worry or anybody else's stuff, just begin to imagine it leaving your body, leaving your energy body, going down this cord and releasing into the earth. We're creating more room for ourselves by releasing the stuff we don't need to be carrying. And now I'd like to invite you to consider what's left. Who is here now? Who are you now that you've released a few things? How do you feel? How does your body feel? How does your heart feel? And maybe your belly feel? And check in with little parts of your body, maybe your eyelashes or your earlobes. Just noticing how the different parts of your body feel, freed from whatever you just freed yourself from. And taking stock now of what is left, what is here, what is yours, what you're showing up with today. I would like to invite you to join me in holding the intention that whatever is here for you, whatever you're holding, there is room for it. You as a person can hold space for everything you are right now, everything you're feeling. Everything that's going on inside of you is allowed to be going on inside of you. And in circle, we create that space for each other Together, we're creating this intention that whatever's going on for each one of us there's room for it. There's room for all of you. There's room for all of me. And notice now, how does your body respond to that idea? Does your heart feel a little different with that idea in mind, with that intention having been stated? Does your belly feel different? Your eyelashes, your earlobes? Is it different to exist in a space where there is room for all of you? And while you're noticing how that feels, if you want, you can begin exploring, like letting yourself fill the space. I think sometimes we walk around kind of trying to be small and hold ourselves in to be safer and take up less room and that kind of thing. And what if we experimented in circle, in the safe space together with just letting it all be there, not apologizing for anything, not trying to hide anything, just like relaxing and let it all hang out. Let it all be there. What would that be like? How does that feel in your heart and your belly and your eyelashes and your earlobes? Just really feeling, really experimenting, letting go, letting be, letting yourself take up space. Letting yourself fill this space where there is room for all of you, with all of you. And notice if that gets a little more comfortable as you sit with it. If it is triggering at all, absolutely do what you need to do. You can maybe open your eyes, maybe do some movement. You are 100% allowed to stop the podcast and do something else. Do whatever you need. Just notice how it feels. And now that we're grounded in who we are, in the fullness of ourselves, I invite you to join me in creating room for the ways we feel about everything else going on in the world. So let's create room for any sadness or challenge you're feeling in your world today, maybe in your relationships or with work or with school or with where you're living. Let's create room for the incredible heartbreak that is coming as we hear more and more stories, horrific stories from the war in Ukraine. We create room for the good and the bad. Creating a mandala of the moment. A mandala of this moment in time. If you were to draw it, you might have things that make you very happy, things you are grateful for, ways you are connected with your body, ways you are maybe disconnected from your body, grief you may have, very strong emotions you may have about the war in Ukraine, very strong emotions you may have about what's going on in the Middle East. There's always so much happening at once. So once we have the fullness within ourselves and allow ourselves to be fully present, we can begin to filter in everything else that's happening and also create room for that. And once we've done that, we can flow a little more easily through some of the harder things. We can maybe let our tears fall more easily and not have to compartmentalize them. We can have more tender hearts. We can feel our gratitudes a little more strongly. So I will leave you today as we begin to finish this meditation with that idea and that concept of creating room for all of you and creating room for all of it in your world today. May we always remember how important and healing it is when we create room for all of it. May it be so. Thank you so much for being with us today. Your presence, your energy, and your heart make all the difference in healing our world. Remember to breathe today, breathe and expand, and I hope you join us again next time. Please consider inviting a friend. Magic works best when coupled with action. Check our show notes for a list of creative ways to support Ukraine. Our opening and closing music is by Terry Hughes. I'm Colleen Thomas. Thanks for listening.